Good evening, salutations, my B&B fans. I don't know about this episode. I really don't. The only thing that was actually interesting in this episode was Sheila. And I've read the complaints on Instagram about people just like they're tired of Sheila, they're over Sheila, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, on episodes like this, I often wonder what do people want if they don't want to sit there and see Sheila? Because this episode didn't really move anything forward. You got the Logan sisters sitting there talking about Brooke's marriage, and Brooke is sitting there talking about how Taylor and Steffi and they're sitting there trying to get Ridge back, and Douglas should be with them, and Thomas this, that, and the third, and it's just been the same recycled conversation for like I would sit there and say week. She all she does is sit there and say, "Well, Thomas, we don't know if he's sit there stable. I mean, we could sit there and say he is, but we're not really too sure." And it's like, Brooke, I, I feel like I would need damn near two notebooks just to sit there and list all the different mistakes and things that she's caused. All the different things that she's caused over the years. It's like no one likes their past mistakes brung up to them. And Thomas did, I don't know how long this took, but he did realize that, he wasn't in a good place. Hope should sit there and take care of Douglas. But Thomas is in a better place now. You know, Thomas is in a better place. And I don't think that she would constantly want people to sit there and throw her, all her past mistakes in her face. So it's to sit there and say it's hypocritical and it's old. It's yeah, yeah. That's the perfect way to sit there and describe it. Oh, Katie, Katie, Katie. It's like they brought her back just to sit there and listen to Brooke whine and complain about her marriage. And to hear Donna talk about how happy she is with Eric. Meanwhile, Katie is just sitting at the singles table. She was supposed to have. I feel like she was supposed to have something with Carter, but they decided to drop that. So it's like, ever since then, it's like, well, what has she been doing? You know. And that's the thing I don't really like. I don't like them just bringing back a character and then them not really doing anything with said character. That's the problem. We're like even General Hospital, they'll bring back Epiphany, and it's like, well, what did Epiphany do to that? Nothing. Why did they have her on there for? It's disappointing because I actually do like Katie as a character from what I've seen, but it's like I don't got anything for her, and why even bother to bring her on? It's the same thing that they do for Wyatt. Every now and then they'll bring Wyatt to talk to Bill, to have a little father son time with Wyatt and Liam. And those conversations, as fun as they are, because mostly Bill is doing all the hard work, they don't really do anything for Wyatt. It's like, you're gone for a while and I didn't miss you, and you being here just reminded me how much I don't miss you. Um, Taylor is just recycling the same conversation with Thomas that she's been doing for the last past 4 days. Oh, you're such a good father, and I'm so glad that you're taking an active role. And, at the end of the day, Douglas needs to be with his family because he's a Forrester. And this whole he's a Forrester crap, this is something that I constantly am rolling my eyes at every time people sit there and say he's a Forrester. Like his blood is the only thing that makes a family a family. It's so irritating, and I'm just over it. Paris and Zende at this point, I swear, I feel like they're just in the room just to have more bodies in the room and for them to collect the check. And I get that they are promised a certain amount of episodes, but oh, we got Paris and she has purple hair and she's talking about a dress that she's gonna sit there and fight over. And Zende is there, and I guess he gave a couple of lines. I don't even remember. Did Zende even talk in this episode? This is how forgettable these characters are. I don't get the pacing and everything with the soap opera. And Brooke leaves, I guess, to go see Ridge. Maybe, I don't know. But she gets in the office, she sees Taylor. Taylor is sitting her. I am so trying not to curse. Taylor is sitting her behind on behind Ridge's desk, on Ridge's seat, And Brooke walks in, and Brooke is like, I was having such a good day until I saw you. Now, Taylor's like, if you're looking for Rich, he's not here. Brooke is like, I know where my husband is. Okay, if you did that, then why did you come in there for? Why did you come in there for? I don't understand that. Anyway, they get into this back and forth conversation about Douglas, and it really doesn't go anywhere because in all reality, they're both wrong. They're both wrong. They both are just da 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 for filler. Lee is with Ben, and guess what? You're talking about Sheila. Oh, I'm so glad that Sheila's gone, and Sheila belongs in hell. And I'm like, you do realize that that's still Finn's bio mom. I mean, I get that you probably don't have any concerns for her, but to sit there like, I hope she burns in hell is like, all right, Lee. You want to talk about something happier? Because that would be nice. I didn't really talk about too much of anything. Finn was like, oh, I get my strength from you, and I'm just like, mm-hmm. They had Hayes there. They leave, right? They leave Hayes just in his crib. These people don't lock doors. Okay? These people do not lock doors. They're rich and they just they don't unlock doors. um Now Deacon was sent there trying to bring Sheila back to reality. But Sheila does what Sheila wants to do. Okay? Sheila does what Sheila wants to do, and this was probably the most interesting part of this episode. And I know that everyone has different perspective. And I was sitting there reading on Instagram. People are just like, "Oh, I'm tired of Sheila. Sheila's so boring. I want her to go away." And then what's going to take its place? What more lovely chats between the Logan sisters that don't go anywhere? Um, Paris Zende that just comes in there because the actors need a check. Like, what is so you know what is so dire that Sheila's not there just stealing away? I don't get that. Anyway, Ridge is not there. I mean, not Ridge. Deacon's not there trying to bring her out of reality, bring her back to reality. But Sheila is like, I mean, she's just like, yeah, whatever. And she didn't even want Deacon to leave because she was like, I'm just gonna be left alone with my thoughts. I'm like, you don't want to leave that woman alone with her thoughts because in reality she'd be in jail or psych ward or something. The minute that he leaves to go to work, this chick looks at the mask and automatically she goes to Finn's place, Finn and Steffi, and she is once again hanging out the window like a creep. Okay? Hanging out the window like a creep, watching Finn hug Lee, and then the minute that they go into the room or do something, the baby's there by himself. And Sheila just the door. Because apparently these people haven't discovered this thing called locks. Locks, because that would really help. Seeing how you guys are rich and there's a bunch of expensive things there that anyone can take at any point in time. You know what they say? Crime sometimes is a result of opportunity. You know, same thing with your car. You leave the door unlocked, but you're just going to end up happening. Of course, these days it doesn't really matter, but still. And of course, Sheila walks towards the baby like a creep. She's playing with the baby and she's, playing with his hair. And there's something about this scene that I don't know. It's maybe because it just seemed like she just came across so creepy and just like you felt like she was just gonna take the baby. But in reality, it really wouldn't make sense. I mean, I guess she could, but she'll be on the run again. And she wants to sit there and be there to constantly stalk Finn. She can't do that if she has a baby, lugging a baby around LA. It's just not going to work. What's she going to do? Bring him back to Deacons? Oof. And that's something else. If Sheila was to take that child, Deacon would never forget himself. Deacon has done a lot of things, but there's certain things that will cross the line for him. And knowing that that child is gone and missing their parents because he didn't say anything, it definitely would be good for him. And unfortunately, I feel like that's maybe one of the storylines that may wind up happening. Um, Like I said, didn't really do anything. I feel like that's pretty much about it. For Friday's episode,